Then Sunday I will give you the planner for full 1 month. Right. Torque, next chapter, on a current loop, also called as moving coil galvanometer. Sunday, what time I can take lecture?
So 1 second.
Just check it.
So we have maths class from 3 to 6. So
After that, can I take?
yes, so like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'm fine.
Or before that?
So we
चलो नहीं चलेगा, after 8 7 o'clock, 7 to 8:30.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
ठीक है, I will post it. Moving coil galvanometer. Explain construction comma working of moving coil galvanometer. See, name suggests that coil is moving. Moving coil galvanometer means it should move, no? Here it is not translatory motion, actually it is rotational motion. So what you will give to the body to perform rotational motion? Force or torque?
Torque.
How do we create torque?
So you apply force at a tangent.
Equal and opposite force we apply, no? It may not be tangential. Equal
Yes.
and opposite. That means we have to create couple. Equal opposite forces not acting at the same line is called couple, no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
It consists of a rectangular coil made up of large number of tons of thin insulated copper wire wounded on rectangular metal frames such as aluminum or copper. This is that frame. It is suspended with the help of phosphor bronze fiber between the strong magnetic field produced by concave pole pieces of horseshoe magnet. See, when you see from the top, it will look like this curve. But when I see from front, I'm able to see this line. So this line is front view. It consists of rectangular coil made up of large number of tons of thin insulated copper wire wounded on rectangular metal frame such as aluminum or copper. It is suspended with the help of phosphor bronze fiber between strong magnetic field produced by concave pole pieces of horseshoe magnet NS. Iron core I is mounted in such a way that coil can rotate freely. That means this coil is not touching that core. Deflection produced in the coil is measured with the help of mirror lamp scale arrangement, which is not shown in the diagram. Current is made to pass through fiber. It leaves through helical spring from bottom. So front view is as shown in the figure. From top, when you see, you'll be able to see this curvature. North pole, south pole, top view. This is thickness of the coil from the top. And this is that iron core ka circle. And this is field. So top view, This one is core and core, and this is nothing but coil. Draw both diagram, then I'm explaining what is mirror lamp scale arrangement.
Yes, sir.
Both diagram done?
Yes, sir.
Don't write now, just listen first. This same concept we have done in even while doing reflection of light. Suppose this is mirror. This is light incident. What is angle of incidence?
90.
No, zero, na? Along the
Sorry,
normal.
0. Yes, sir.
Zero. So what will be angle of reflection? Also zero.
Yes, sir.
So light is incident normally. We will retrace the path back. If I rotate mirror by angle theta, then normal will rotate by same angle theta. Correct? Light is kept fixed. Now tell me what is angle of incidence? Theta, na?
Yes, sir.
What will be angle of reflection? Theta.
Yes, sir.
So reflected ray, earlier it was along this normal. Now that reflected ray has turned, na? By how much it has turned? 2 theta. It has turned by 2 theta,
Yes, sir.
and mirror is rotated only by theta.
Yes, sir.
So there is one property keeping incident ray fixed. If mirror is rotated by theta, then reflected ray gets rotated by 2 theta. This is a property. So before we start experiment with moving coil galvanometer, this is mirror, and somewhere slightly far distance we keep one scale, and from here light is kept incident. When mirror is at rest, then this reflected ray will come here. This is our 0 degree ka position. That means coil has not turned 0 degree. Clear this much? Actually, we are calibrating the scale. This much clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then mirror is slightly turned. Suppose by 10 degree, reflected ray go wide apart by 20 degree. No? But we will mark this as 10. Then mirror is further rotated by 20. Here we'll write 20, not 40. So we have calibrated one scale, which will show me reflection of the light due to mirror rotation. Clear? And wherever light comes, that is nothing but deflection in the coil, because coil and mirror are rotating simultaneously. Follow? Hello, follow this much?
Yes, sir.
Now construction, we will write. It consists of a, Veer is trying for SAT exam.
Sir, I don't know. I've not spoken to him.
No, because he told me that he is going to have some discussion with engineering college. So US वाला engineering college 6 बजे खुलता है. तो अभी रात को कौन सा इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के साथ वो डिस्कस कर रहे
I don't know.
हैं? ओके, बिकॉज अवर मुंबई का इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज आई थिंक दे क्लोज बाय 6 o'clock. It consists of a rectangular coil made up of tons of thin insulated copper wires wounded on a rectangular metallic frame such as copper or aluminium. It consists of rectangular coil made up of large number of tons of thin insulated copper wires wounded on rectangular metal frame such as copper or aluminium. It is suspended with the help of phosphor, bronze, fiber. It is suspended with the help of phosphor bronze fiber between strong magnetic field produced by concave pole pieces of horseshoe magnet NS. Write down. Written.
Yes, sir.
A iron core I is mounted between the coil in such a way that coil can rotate freely. In such a way that coil can rotate freely. It helps to make the field strong and radial. It helps to make the field strong and radial. Radial means because it is at center, field will be passing through the center. The deflection produced in the coil is measured by mirror and lamp scale arrangement. The coil is supported at lower end by helical spring. The current enters through fiber and leaves through spring. Enters through fiber and leaves through spring. Okay, this much, right? Right down this much.
Yes.
Okay. The front view and top view are as shown in figure A and B respectively. Next is principle or theory of working of moving coil galvanometer. Then draw this diagram of coil having length L, breadth B, placed in uniform radial magnetic field B bar. Current I is passed to the coil, which flows through side PQ, QR, RS. Draw this diagram. So actually it is not touching. Huh? This is the coil, then it is winded like this. So when we are seeing front, we feel it is touching, but it's not actually touching. Consider a rectangular coil PQRS having area of cross section A to be placed in a uniform radial magnetic field B with radial field in any position of coil. The coil is parallel to the direction of field. Let L comma B be length and breadth of coil. Yes. Just copy this much diagram and write this much.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, current starts from here, comes here. Can you tell me what will be direction of force on this PQ by Fleming's left hand rule? Outward like this. Field is on the right and current is downward. Force is coming outward. Now this way. Just check by your
Yes.
fingers. Yeah. And on this it will be opposite like this. And magnitude of force will be I, LB, and here also ILB. So are they equal opposite?
Yes, sir.
What is equal opposite forces acting on a body at different places called as?
Couple.
Couple, correct. And couple will always produce rotational motion. That means torque. So now complete the diagram, then I am doing further. That arrows put properly. Can I clear this now?
Yes, sir.
When current I passes through flows, लिखते ज़्यादा अच्छा लगेगा, flows through a coil, then vertical sides PQ and RS experiences equal and opposite forces F equal to ILB. These equal and opposite forces forms couple and produces deflecting torque. Deflecting torque given by tau d. Tau means torque, d means deflection. Any one force into perpendicular distance between two forces. Perpendicular distance between two forces produces deflecting torque, which is nothing but product of any force and perpendicular distance between two forces. Therefore, deflecting torque will be F into perpendicular distance between them is B. So deflecting torque is ILB into B. But L into B is A, which is called area of cross section. Therefore, tau D equals to IAB. Copy this much.
Yes, sir.
For n turns of coil, deflecting torque PD will be n times torque on 1. That is NIAD. That is the equation 1. When coil gets deflected, then fiber gets twisted and produces restoring torque. Which is directly proportional to the angle of deflection, theta. Therefore, tau r proportional to theta. So tau r is k theta, where k is a constant called as torsional constant or fiber constant. Complete this much.
So
Yeah.
TD can also be written as tau D, right?
See, 1 tau D I have given the name for 1 ton. So total I wrote TD.
Okay, sir.
Tau is for 1 I wrote, and to distinguish I wrote this as TD.
Yes, sir. Done.
Done, no? At equilibrium, deflecting should be more or restoring should be more? At equilibrium,
Restoring.
both must be same. Na? Equilibrium means anti-clockwise movement is same as clockwise movement.
Yes, sir.
So deflecting torque must be same as restoring torque. Therefore, NIAB must be K theta. So I should be K upon NAB theta, correct now? Since K and AB are constants, so we can say I is constant into theta. So I is proportional to theta. So current flowing through moving coil galvanometer is directly proportional to the deflection produced in the coil. Copy.
So this is only for uniform magnetic field, right?
No, see, this is only for field which is parallel to the plane of coil. That field is called radial field. Because if it is not parallel, then torque will be NIAB sine theta.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sensitivity of moving coil galvanometer. After the lecture, Shane wait for a while.
Yes, sir.
Sensitivity of moving coil galvanometer. What is meaning of sensitive? More responsive or less responsive? Yes,
Some more.
more. मतलब थोड़ा भी कुछ अगर इफेक्ट हो गया तो that person shows response. That is called sensitive. That means the ratio of change in deflection to the change in current flowing through coil of moving coil galvanometer is called as sensitivity of moving coil galvanometer. It is given by S equals to d theta by di. Its SI unit is division per ampere. Right.
Yes, sir.
Derive expression for sensitivity of moving coil galvanometer. For a moving coil galvanometer, current is K upon NAB theta. So differentiating with respect to theta, we get di upon d theta. Will it be K upon NAB?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, d theta upon di, when you take invertendo, it will become NAB upon K. That is sensitivity equals to NAB upon K. Right. Thus, for maximum sensitivity, what should be number of turns? Number of turns should be large, no? Yes, number of turns should be large.
Yes, sir.
What about area of cross section?
Large.
Large. Field strong.
Yes.
Area of cross section should be large. Field strong. Fiber constant small. Yes. Now copy.
Yes.
Ammeter. Ammeter, then voltmeter, then we can start with numerical and MCQ. That will complete the chapter. That means almost I think Sunday will be able to complete chapter. And then we will do EMI, AC circuit, and then electromagnetic wave. So my target is by October 15th, I should complete everything. Ammeter. The modified form of moving coil galvanometer. Modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure electric current is called as ammeter. To measure this current, how ammeter should be connected? Series or parallel? Yes, it should be connected in series or parallel.
So could you repeat?
I said to measure current, ammeter should be connected in series or in parallel.
So parallel, right?
No, current will divide in parallel. So if you connect in series, then only same current will keep on flowing.
Oh, yes, sir. Correct.
So modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure electric current is called as ammeter. To measure electric current, ammeter must be connected in series with external resistance. Just write this much, then we'll see what will be the drawback for ammeter connected in series. Only this much copy first.
Yes.
Okay. Now just check. This is resistance R. This is battery of voltage 10. This is 10 ohm. How much current will flow?
So
How much?
one.
1 ampere, correct? 1 ampere current will flow. So if I connect here ammeter, how much it will record?
1.
It should record 1, correct. But suppose this has got high resistance 9990. So moment to connect this, what will be effective resistance? Will it be 10 plus 999?
Yes, sir.
So can I say it will become 10,000?
Yes.
So now the current will be 10 upon 10,000. That means it is 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. So 1 milliampere. Na?
Yes, sir.
So current which was earlier 1 ampere, now it is recorded as what? 1 milliampere. That means it will give me faulty readings. Correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So to avoid this faulty reading, this resistance must be brought down to approximately 0, na? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So what type of resistance will reduce the resistance? Parallel or series?
Parallel.
Parallel. So if I connect very low value in parallel with this, what will be the effective? Lesser than the least, na?
Yes, sir.
So it will be less than 0.01. That means now resistance will be 10 plus something less than 0.01, which will be close to 10. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now voltage 10, effective resistance also 10. So current will remain unchanged. Huh? So what should be the resistance of ammeter? Large or small? What should be resistance of ammeter? Large or small? Tell Shunay. Small as possible. Ideally, it should be 0. So you have written modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure electric current is called ammeter. To measure electric current, ammeter is connected in series with external resistance. Now we will continue further. If resistance of ammeter is very large, then resistance of circuit will increase and current will decrease, but current should remain unchanged. Hence, resistance of ammeter must be as small as possible. Ideally, it should be 0. Copy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sometimes what can happen? It is modified, but you want to record large current. So still we want to bypass this large current. That can also be done by this shunt resistance. See, suppose there is one road. It is made for crowd of 1000 car running every day, smooth drive. But suppose after certain year 10,000 cars are flying, then there is bypass or flyover made. So those who are not going towards that congestion, they will move from flyover. This is called bypassing. Now flyover will not be for 10 kilometers, because by chance, by mistake, if somebody comes on the flyover, he should also come down and then go wherever he wants. So that is called bypassing. So that means if galvanometer is showing full scale deflection for small current, we have to increase the range. Correct? Also for small current, if galvanometer shows full scale deflection, then its range must be increased. Correct? Both these purposes are served by connecting shunt of low value with galvanometer resistance. Copy this, then we'll see formula for shunt resistance.
Yes.
Obtain necessary formula for this shunt resistance. So this is one galvanometer whose resistance is G, which can give maximum deflection at Ig current, but we want I. For that we require shunt. So extra current I minus Ig should flow through shunt. That means it should get bypassed. And then finally it becomes I again. So this entire arrangement till this is called our new ammeter, whose range is increased up to I. New ammeter. Let Ig be full scale deflection current through galvanometer of resistance G. Let S be shunt required to measure current I. Hence, I minus Ig should flow through shunt. Yes. Copy this much, then I am doing further.
Yes.
Okay. Since galvanometer and shunt are in parallel, therefore voltage across galvanometer is same as shunt. So Ig into G will become I minus Ig into shunt. So from this shunt will become Ig into G upon I minus I. Okay. So using above formula, value of shunt can be determined. Shunt can be determined. Copy.
Yes.
No. S is Ig into G upon I minus Ig. Si minus Sig is Ig into G. Si will become Sig plus Ig into G. Si is Ig into S plus G. That means you can also write this formula as so we can write this as S upon S plus G is Ig upon I. So I'll be using to solve the problem frequently this formula. Si S upon S plus G equal to Ig upon G. This will give you answer faster than the previous formula, this Ig upon I minus I. Copy.
Yes.
Now I'm doing few numericals because to do voltmeter we require at least 15 minutes, which we don't have. Come to page number 410. Page number 410. In a radial field, the plane of coil remains parallel to the line of force in every possible position. Yes, first ka A. Second, sensitivity of moving coil galvanometer, we got formula NAB upon K. So it should be increased by increasing turns. Yes. Magnetic field. Yes. All of above. D option. Third, phosphor bronze fiber in a suspended coil galvanometer is used as a suspension because it is good conductor of electricity. Yes, current should pass through that fiber. Good conductor. Correct. A is correct. B option. It does not oxidize as working temperature and torsional couple per unit twist is less है इसलिए sensitivity ज्यादा ये भी चलेगा. Third, it has very less elastic after effect. Yes, that means it comes back to the original position almost instantly. That is called after elastic effect. So D is correct answer. This is the answer. D. 4. Completed 1 to 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next वाला numerical है. In ammeter 5% of main current is passing through galvanometer. Current through galvanometer means Ig. They are telling it is 5% of main current, means I. If the resistance of galvanometer is G, then what is resistance of shunt? Okay. So we know S upon S plus G is Ig upon I. S upon S plus G is 5 upon 100 upon I, 5 into 20. 20 S is S plus G. 19 S is G. S is G upon 19. G upon 19, option D.
Yes.
Resistance of ammeter formed by modifying galvanometer. How it is formed? By connecting parallel or series? Yes. How it is converted? By connecting low resistance in series or parallel?
Parallel.
So if parallel means resultant will be lesser than the original one. So it will be less than galvanometer because we connect shunt in parallel. A moving coil galvanometer can be converted into voltmeter by connecting, ये कराया नहीं है, कल करा दूंगा. It is just ulta of ammeter by connecting high resistance in series. That is option D. High resistance in series. So next class I will complete this chapter. Torque on current loop and moving coil galvanometer. So this Sunday I will give you the planner for entire completion of the topic. Then revision will start for your November exam. After completion of topic, nothing I will start new. Only revision I will do till November exam. And then only 4 chapters are left out. Light completed. It will be dual radiation, electrons, photon, and semiconductor bus. Then again restart with the revision. So that's all for today. We'll meet now Sunday 7 o'clock. Na?